Hey guys, what's up? I'm Janine. I'm a travel physical therapist and I help future physical therapists become physical therapists and get accepted into PT school. So, today I'm going to be talking about how to improve your grades in undergrad. And so, this is something that's very near and dear to my heart because I always struggle to be good at school. Okay, I'm that kid that's a B student naturally. It never came easy to me, okay? And so this is going to help any type of person. Even if you're the person where school comes easy to you, this is going to help you be able to spend less time on school and more time with other things. So, my first piece of advice is to become an effective studier. Actually, let's rewind because it really starts before this, because it kind of starts with like setting up your schedule for success. So something that I learned is that you can be your own advocate when it comes to building your schedule. So any experience, like my advisors built my schedule for me, like I'm pretty sure they were like looking the other way and they had no actual, like, they were just like, yeah, all right, you can do this. Well, you know what I mean? Like they did not put any thought into any consideration into anything, and I was slammed with a bunch of really hard classes. So what I would do is self-reflect on which classes might be a little bit more challenging for you and which classes might be a little bit more easy for you, and then try and build your schedule accordingly. So you're going to have a couple of hard classes and then fill in the rest of the space with easy classes. And so obviously this is going to be, if you need to take, some classes are prerequisites for future ones, so you might have to take that into consideration as well. But set yourself up for success, right? So don't try and take like 5 really hard classes at once, maybe 2 or 3 max, maybe not even 3, maybe 2, just depending on your personal abilities and just whatever this is going to be a little bit different for everyone. So after you've done that, then let's talk about syllabus week. Okay, any syllabus week that I've ever done was, there was no studying or barely any school work being done that week, but that's okay. Your syllabuses are the blueprints for they're telling you how to do well in the class, right? And this is never something like I thought it was just a waste of time, to be honest. Like I really never put in much thought to the syllabus. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. It's like when you get a pair of socks for Christmas, you're like, cool, whatever. But no, like don't sleep on the syllabuses. So obviously there's some classes where, they're gonna be annoying and be like, well, you're gonna have 3 tests and they're gonna each be 1/3 of your grade. And you're like, all right, like cool, sick. But other classes, most classes will have a bunch of assignments or quizzes, like things filling in the gaps between the tests. And so what I never really understood was I was always like, oh, this is 5% of my grade, whatever. If I hand it in late, no big deal. It's not really that much of my grade. Or if I don't do well on it, or if I just blow off the quiz and just wing it, then if I don't do well, it's only 10, it's only 5% of my grade, it's only 2% of my grade, whatever. But no, don't think like that, because if you actually put in like a little bit of effort, these are designed to be easy. And that way, if you just put in a little bit of effort and you get them done, and you get 100 on everything, all those little assignments, then it gives you way more wiggle room when it comes to the tests. So if you get a B on the tests, on like 1 or 2 of the tests, but you get 100 on all of the other little assignments adding up, then you might still get an A in the class. You see what I mean? So take advantage of that, because that's designed to help you. So now let's get back to my next topic on being an effective studier. So I cannot stress this enough. Please do not waste your time trying to copy the PowerPoints to flashcards, to outlines. It's such a waste of time, because if you think about it, anytime I've done that, I've not actually I've just passively been doing it, and my mind would wander to other things. Like I never really actually comprehended or retained anything. So really try and read the PowerPoints. I used to have like my PowerPoints, my notes, the textbooks, Google, whatever I could find, YouTube videos, and use multiple different sources when you're in this phase, because you really want to try and understand the concepts, understand the big topics. And when you kind of piece all those things together and you look, oh, let me read this line from the textbook, but sometimes textbooks can be a little dry, so then I would go to other pieces and I would spend the time actually comprehending what was going on first, and then you can write your outline. And as you're writing, then you can passively think, or not passively, actively think about what's going on and try and memorize it or remember it. You don't have to memorize. And now you're going to teach the material. So just teach it. You can teach it to the wall. You can teach it to I would recommend teaching it to no one at first. Take the time, like maybe your roommates in a class. Spend that time where you can speak it out loud. I would suggest speaking it out loud and pretend like you're teaching it to someone. Pretend like there's a class around you or you're teaching a classmate, and speak it out loud and speak that information and start to make connections between topics, and then check. And this is where you can check yourself on your outline that you made, right? So you want to make sure you're saying the right information. Then once you've done that, then you can go back. And I will say I do like my dog's digging a hole in my bed over there. But I will say that flashcards can come in handy when it is a true definition that you need to get done. So, or that you need to memorize. And also sometimes like I would struggle with like an overall concept. So you can write concepts on the flashcards, and this is where it comes in handy, where then you can bring those flashcards easily with you around campus. So maybe you have and this is where your time management, take advantage of every little aspect of your day. So maybe you have 10 minutes before your class is starting and you're just sitting there. Rather than scrolling through your phone, you can pull out your flashcards or your notes, and you can start to look those over.